All right, this next lesson, we're talking about rotations. So a rotation is really a turn or a twist. Think about it like that. So in your documents, you have a picture like this. I'm going to share my screen so that you are looking at the same thing I am. So in this lesson, you're talking about a rotation. So this is my image, my pre-image, okay, my original figure. And a rotation is spinning or turning. And we do that with two things. We have a direction. We're going to always assume counterclockwise. Think about one of those old school clocks that goes in a turn. Normally that goes this way. We say that's clockwise. Backwards is counterclockwise. So we're going to always assume counterclockwise unless told otherwise. This is a 90-degree turn. This is a 180-degree turn. And this is a 270-degree turn. 360 would bring it all the way back to where it started. Okay, so that's what we are talking about, but let's see how we're actually going to be using this. One thing I also have for you guys is this rules for rotating. And so I have these X, Ys, and how we're going to change the X and the Y points, depending on what the rules are. Okay, so let's take a look at the example that I have for you. Let me draw a picture. So I have a rectangle. Let's get our actual real nice grid here. I'm going to regret that grid because it only has 5. Let's do the bigger grid. Okay, so I have a point. I'm going to write these all here. Q is 2, 6. R is 6, 5. S is 5, 1. And T is 1, 2. So let's see where those end up. Q is 2, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's my Q. R is 6, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's my R. S is 5, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. And T is 1, 2. So this is my original point, my original rectangle. And my instructions said to rotate 180 degrees counterclockwise. So I'm going to end up somewhere over here. And so let's go take a look at what those rules said for me, okay? So if I'm doing this 180 degrees, my X, Y points become negative X, negative Y. So let's take a look at what that means. If I'm doing this, this is my X, Y, and my rule says it needs to be negative X, negative Y, then I'm going to change the sign of each of these points. My Q prime is -2, -6. My R prime is -6, -5. My S prime is -5, -1. And my T prime is -1, -2. I have changed every sign from the original. So now I'm going to plot them. -2, -6. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's my Q prime. -6, -5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's my R prime. S prime is -5, -1. And T prime is -1, -2. Okay, and so now I have this rectangle written, and it's an exact 180 rotation. Okay, so that's the kind of thing that you're doing here. You're probably going to want that reference chart of how to change the XYs. So I would definitely write this down because it's going to be helpful to you. So pause it or go back after this is done and write that down. Your assignment in Delta Math is going to look like this. You're going to have rotate a figure around the origin, guided. So let's put that up here. says, follow the instructions to rotate the figure 90 degrees clockwise. Okay, we're going to draw a circle. So see from the yellow, I'm drawing a circle to one of the points. Okay. Now it says click and drag to draw a line through the yellow center and the vertex on the circle. Okay, where am I supposed to draw there? There we go, to that point. Now draw a line through the yellow center that is perpendicular to the line I just drew. Okay, so I now have, okay, this one's kind of trickier. But I'm trying to get it exactly perpendicular if I can. I am struggling drawing a perpendicular line here. I think because it doesn't like where I'm putting it. I think I need to start with the yellow. I don't know. This is going to be annoying. Your line must go through the center. I know. I'm going to get a new problem. I think I messed this one up. Okay. Trying again. This one we're doing 180, so we're going to end up over here. Circle through a point. I don't know why this is so difficult. Maybe I'm just supposed to click on a point. Pissing me off. Okay, we're going to skip this one. You're not going to do this one. I'm not going to do it. It's making us too angry. Okay, it was supposed to be nice, and I practiced this yesterday, and I can't make it work, and you're not going to make it work, and it's going to be annoying to all of us. So I'll edit the assignment to just have one. We're going to just do rotation of a point. That one's way easier, and you're going to use your XY rules. It says, what is the image of the point 0, 5 after a rotation of 180 degrees? Okay, so what you're doing is you're taking your rules. I lost my rules. Where did my rules go? Here's my rules for the rotations. Okay. And so I'm going to see which rule I need. In this case, it says I'm doing 180 degrees. So I'm doing XY to negative X, negative Y. Okay. Negative X, negative Y, 0 stays the same. The Y becomes negative. Okay. So that's what you're doing on this. You're looking up the rule and you're changing it. Let's do one more. That's not 180. There we go. This one's 90 degrees. So 90 degrees. The other thing that's interesting is you have the XY and then the negative Y comma X. So let me write that down as what this problem says. It says we're going to do the point 3, 2 at a 90 degree switch. And so our rule is that the XY becomes negative Y comma X. Okay, so my Y is 2, but I also have to change its sign. My X is 3, so I'm switching the order and I have to change. So let me know if you have questions about how to figure out how to make the XY point. If you really want to try that other delta math thing so that you can see if it rotates, you can do that. I really don't know why I was having trouble, but because I literally was doing this yesterday. But I can't figure it out. So I guess I'm done. Anyway, let me know if you have questions. Sorry for the ramble in the middle.